to you by Soundtrack Your Brand. Soundtrack Your Brand and a 51 million contractual relationship with ASCAP and BMI give us the permission to play all original music, all copyrighted music on the Real HD Show, Simply Supreme Show, Broadcast Beats, Diamond in the Rough, and all Real HD Network compatible shows. This broadcast does not deserve strikes due to scrutiny of this copyright violation based on social media algorithms because we have permissions. Videos come courtesy of 17 USC 107. We use videos for educational use only and enjoy the show. And now this update from Distraction News. Weapons of mass distraction. Real HD Show, y'all. Check it out. Megan Thee Stallion is in the news again. Why, you may ask? Check this out. Real HD Show. Distraction News update.
Someone stole your hottie sauce. Not my hottie sauce. Watch out for my hottie sauce dropping October 19th. The hottie sauce is here. Get my new hottie sauce at Popeyes today.
So back to Distraction News. In case you guys didn't know, there's a Popeyes thotty sauce conflict on the loose right now. What is that conflict? The conflict is where the secret sauce originate from. Could it be the outdoor stripper pop-up on Chicago at 63rd and King Street? No, you are not imagining what you are looking at. What you are looking at is real, it's live, and it's direct. And it might be in your Popeyes secret thotty sauce. And in Washington, D.C., Popeyes is shut down after rats are shown running all over the kitchen, up and down the walls. Now, I'm wondering if the rats are the backup dancers in the Megan Thee Stallion thotty sauce video. Remember these cats, right? Remember these jokers right here? And those are the rats running up the walls in the Popeyes in D.C. Real talk. Out of control. But we here at Distraction News on the Real HD Show, we got that smoke for you. We're going to bring it for you right here today. And we're going to see if she took them rats and made them backup dancers for her thotty sauce video. Let's check it out, Real HD Show. I know you remember these dudes. Are they out of work? Or are they the new ones in the Popeye advertisement for the thotty secret sauce? What's going on, man? Inquiring minds want to know right here on Distraction News, right here on the Real HD Show. Every day I'm shopping. So, moving right along. Hey, is it gang gang? Is it rat gang gang right here? What's good with the Megan Thee Stallion tale? I'm not sure. You let me know. Real HD Show. Moving along. So, she got the rats in the video, right? The rats are rolling up the wall. She got the rats in the video. And, Cicely Tyson came out, and I guess they're the new LGBTQ RRR community, right? That's too. They done came out, they wear bow ties, they wear leggings, they wear jeggings and all that. Rats are people too. So everybody heard of WAP, right? So the new sensation coming out is going to be Rop. Everybody knows somebody with some rat ass. Everybody knows somebody with some rat ass. Shh. Moving right along. Distraction news. And we know the number one rat of all time, RAP. Think about it when you get home. So you know, this is the latest in Boxonomics. Box plus the bag equals Boxonomics. And you heard it first here on the Real HD Show. Right here on Distraction News. We bring you all those things that are out of control, that distract you from knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and leading a progressive life. We're going to bring it to you right here on the Real HD Show in a Wild Out Wednesday format. Weapons of mass distraction. Real HD Show. Check it out. We are good. And now, for the intro. Hey, you are rocking the Real HD Show. It is prime time with a purpose. It's a Wild Out Wednesday show on the Real HD Show where we do something a little bit different, a little bit off the cuff, a little bit extraordinary, because some of the topics that we do on the Real HD Show are really, really heavy. So like we always say, we always bring you that music, that comedy, that crucial information. And with us, we got the Real HD Rebels rocking with us. Say hello to my A1 from day one. Sincere to G. Say what's up to the people, bro.
Peace to my kings, my queens, my princes, and my princesses.
Hey, and Miss B is back rocking with us in the place to be. Say what's up to the people, sis.
What's going on, everybody? It's hump
Let me give them their propers. Let me give them their propers. That's how we bring them in, because we appreciate their help. They're an integral part of the team. We have pre-production meetings. We have different things that we do as a crew, as a unit, to prepare and get you guys ready to have a fantastic show on the Real HD Show. And as usual, it's your voice, your victory right here. Tune in. You know what I mean? Power to the people news. And if you want to jump in, jump on the Facebook page, or you can look at the link and hit the link down below and join us and let us know what you think. You know what I mean? We already have a couple of people live with us, rocking with us on the Real HD Show already. The Cash App is $ Real HD Show. You can contribute. We like 5s, we like 10s, we like 20s, we like 100s. It helps us to get the show in a productive space, get the show, help us with equipment, etc., etc. We like the kind of jingles, but we rather have the kind that folds. And if you know where that reference is from, call in, and you too will earn a Real HD buck on the Real HD Show. You know what I mean? How's my peoples? What's going on, everybody?
Maintaining on this day.
NY. Miss B, what's going on in ATL? How y'all feeling?
Feeling warm. Feeling like Although somebody said there's no climate change, something's going on because it was 76 degrees on November 11th or 12th, whatever day it is. I don't even know what day it is. COVID.
The 10th. November 10th.
November
What's going
10th, is
on?
that what it is? Oh, see,
November 10th.
I'm just rushing along. Rushing
November
along.
10th. Hey man, I was on a heavy buckwheat vibe, man. I don't know why I was thinking about buckwheat. Buckwheat was on Buckwheat was on my mind heavy. I don't know what I was thinking about. I was about to do a whole collage of buckwheat. And I was like, my people ain't gonna know what's going on with me. They gonna think I'm acting crazy. Why is this dude wilding out with buckwheat right now? So y'all get that a little bit later. I'll hit y'all over there with that. Why are we Jones in the buckwheat right now? What's the problem? Yeah, man. So we up in the rock. Things was warm up here too, upstate New York. You know what I mean? I think we hit like almost 70 degrees today. It was nice. It was nice. It was nice for November. So is this a clue for what the winter's gonna be like?
Hopefully. Because if we get a drop of anything called precipitation, we shut down. So,
Yeah, man.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we on the Real HD show. And as usual, it's 8:15 after the hour. So it's time for us to get to it like we always do it. Power to the people, news. Wait, what just happened? This just happened. Teacher told students Trump is still president and she don't work at the school no more. Sorry, I didn't laugh about that. I had a lot of style. Teacher told student Trump is still president and she don't work at the school no more. You know what I mean? So when y'all hear that line right off rip, what's y'all reaction to that?
Why was she working at a school to begin with? That's the first question. When I saw that article, I was just really like, wow, people can get away with anything. They really can. The miseducation of students starts very early. And for her to think it was okay for her to say the things she said to those students who were actually old enough to know better, though apparently the guy who let the cat out the bag didn't know better. It's sad. It's sad and it's scary. And that type of misinformation is dangerous on top of that.
Send your thoughts. Let us know.
My question is, that's what she got caught for. What else has she been teaching?
Right.
Because she's had time to, sit up there and fill these kids' minds with who knows what, and if it's just the Trump being the president thing that got her caught, you feel, then you got to think that there was a lot of things that could have been taught in that class that these young impressionable minds are going forth thinking it's true because I learned it in school.
Here's another example of what she taught. She taught that Trump was still president, and she also said Hunter Biden is doing deals with China and the Ukraine where he was funneling money illegally. She also told the kids he also had child pornography on his laptop. How she knows that? She got a hold of his laptop. Find that out. Why that's your key? Why that is your keyword search? You got to do a deep dive into what's going on with you, my people. You gotta get on. Get some grandma therapy over that one. You know what I mean? I don't know. And it said he's also having sexual intercourse with his niece.
With his what?
With his niece.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sexual intercourse. I don't have the byline up as a thing, but
so she's discussing this with 8th grade students.
She's discussing this at the Southern California Middle School.
Right, 8th grade students.
Southern California. So we talking about a good mixture of white, black, and Hispanic students, and other Polynesian as well. And this is what this is the pedagogy that is being expressed. Sin, you like you got something ready to just leap off. Go ahead, bro. You got it. I'll put the headline up one more time. Teacher told students Trump is still president, and she don't work there no more. Your thoughts, bro?
Well, one, yo, what they're teaching in school, I know people in the beginning they had a real hard time kind of accepting the new math, and I think that it's horrible now that I mean these are the things that they're kind of like having being taught in schools, because if you'll notice this well, anyway, we'll talk about it a little further on the show, but it seems as if there's this pattern, and I swear to goodness, you feel it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
If it gets
It's
better.
a definite pattern. Let me bust you down. Boom. Massachusetts teacher was fired for moonlighting as a white nationalist writer. Wow. Let me read the byline real quick. Hold up. Hold up. Hey. Benjamin Walton has recently been revealed to be the author behind a slew of white nationalist and racist propaganda that has been published on the social media and alt-right websites. The reason why this is news is because up until last week, Welton's job was teaching elementary school.
Mm.
So, according to the Huffington Post and the 2017 essay, From Wide-Eyed Liberal to Racist Realist, he was a pen alias called St. Clair Jenkins. Now, that don't sound like no white dude.
Nope.
Sure doesn't.
His alias was Sinclair Jenkins, who was a 33-year-old PhD student from Princeton. It says Welton had been living a double life, teaching English social studies, computer science at Massachusetts Elementary School Star Academy by day, and pumping out racist, anti-Semitic bile at night. Was it really bile? Was it poo? Was it really bile? Oh God, people. Yeah, man. So that's it. But then you think that that's not good. You think that that's bad enough. Check this one out. Fire violent racist teacher Candace Reed. Now, let me read the byline. I wonder how many white parents show up to the school board meetings screaming protests over critical race theory will show up to the next Riverside Unified School District meeting to say something, and how many, will actually show up to the next school district meeting to say something about this moron. So in order to teach social studies to kids in class, she dressed up with this headdress and was chanting and ha-hoo-ta-hoing all over the classroom. Meet Candace Reed, hopefully soon to be unemployed teacher of John North High School in Riverside, California. Allegedly, this race is violently displayed and designed and performed to teach students a way to remember the mnemonic device for sine, cosine, tangent, while mocking indigenous and black people whose land and children were made to white people stole, enslaved, and who have not been whole for over 400 years. So this is no accident, folks. This is what we live in. This is what we live in. Undercover moonlighting teachers that are undercover racists, undercover white extremists. Y'all thoughts?
It's a scary, scary situation.
Go ahead,
I
Ms. B.
mean,
Knock it down.
race relations are already, I don't think that they've really gotten better to begin with, but with the surge of social media and everyone being able to document everything in real time and send photos and videos and stuff, it's just really at the forefront. The news is filled with all of these horrible incidents where they're still treating us like slaves and property, taking our lives at will and things of that nature. And it's starting with this education system where these children are being taught hateful rhetoric. They're being taught misinformation. They're being taught that they're superior when in fact we know that's not the case. And It's really disturbing, really disturbing. And again, that headline said it right. How many people are going to show up against her at the next meeting? I don't think it's going to be a lot of people.
Yo, she dressed up like a native and was, oh, I didn't even want to play the video.
I mean, I don't even understand what that
she
had
was
to
doing
do
that.
with
This is high school.
mathematics.
I
Like
was
there's
glad.
no
This is high school.
right, and there's no correlation with mathematics,
Right.
especially not, you know, there's no correlation with mathematics, whether it's high level mathematics or low level mathematics, algebra. There's no correlation between you being an obnoxious racist and perpetuating stereotypes amongst these students. There's no logic behind it. And hopefully she's not employed anymore by now.
She's the true definition of putting your thoughts into your work. Hey, Sin, what you think of homegirl dressing up, and then my man is the moonlighting, a pen pal, Sinclair Jenkins.
I didn't even talk about him. Go ahead, Sam.
Sinclair Jenkins from the Jenkins Boys. They live up in the projects, them Jenkins boys. Talk to us, man. What you think?
Well, no doubt. One, like I said, this pattern that's developing, within our school system and how they're uh, attacking, these subjects. We all know the atrocities that they've done in history, and they whitewash them. You know what I mean? Now they have, the excuse of being racist in a math class, against Indians, you feel. And I wouldn't be surprised if nothing really happens to her. She may get a unpaid leave at the worst. But I guarantee you she'll be teaching at some other school somewhere else, because they never have to, kind of face the the repercussions of their actions. But
hey, y'all, check this out. When I was doing my research to put this together, and I know I said I was going to talk about this a little bit, I found that one article on VDare that I told you guys about. But all I had to do was put undercover teachers online, and like 50 joints popped up. So this is not an accident. I challenge anybody to do that. Go on Google, keyword undercover teachers, and watch what pops up. All kind of mess. All kind of mess. And this one especially.
And that's especially like this cowardice. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you hiding behind a pen name? If you have an opinion, have an opinion. If you are proud of what you think and believe, then just be real about it. Don't hide behind a pen name and then be in class teaching children a bunch of crap and destroying their minds and all that. Like, that's not okay.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
There was a time in which they said that all of this was just like conspiracy. You feel where all of this is conspiracy. We always say, oh well, we're all getting the same education. We're all being taught the same things, and for one, the levels of education, just throughout the nation itself, there you have all of these schools that are anti real history. You feel they don't want to teach real history. You know what I mean? And this is not, aside from the CRT thing, they're teaching, they already have in their books, the pictures of slaves, in happy conditions. They're saying that they're trying to push the narrative that we were indentured servants. And so it's just like all of the things that they were saying were conspiracy, that weren't happening. The police, they're always right. So there's no way that they're just going to be beating somebody out, to death without having a probable cause. It happens and it gets videotaped every day. When your kids are coming home and they're telling you, that our teacher told us this. Back in the day, it was the whole Columbus lie, and now it's
God knows what.
yeah. God knows who, from either a racist, white supremacist writer, or a math teacher, that's degrading the image of Native Americans in a math class. So you know what I mean? It just, now that the like she says, now that there are cameras everywhere and social media is so evident, all of these things that they're saying are conspiracy are being exposed. So now, all of those people that are out there that have been paranoid, you're not necessarily paranoid if they truly are out there to get you.
So, piggybacking off of what Sin just said, this article that you see on the screen right now says it all. And I'm not going to get into the whole complexities of the article because it's a lot of foo-foo business happening behind the scenes. But honestly, this is the type of stuff this is why you need, I'm not saying CRT is the answer, but you need devices that examine the educational experience from a critical lens and say, what the hell are we teaching these kids? And I'm an educator for over 20 years. And when I saw this article that somehow racism is evolutionary, I lost my brain. I was like, what? Let me catch my brain from falling out my ear real quick because I don't believe what I'm reading. Racism is evolutionary. I was like, what? What in the world? So if we're not careful and we don't fight on behalf of our babies, this is the type of crap that just goes around. And the reason why I put that up is just like, homeboy Sinclair Jenkins. That's another one of those rags right there. Those blogs that talk all that crap, that talk all that, neo-Nazi, white extremist crap. And if you don't think it's out there, oh, it's out there. And the Real HD Show is here to bring it to you. And then you wonder why, right? You got the racist Olympics in Ohio, in Iowa, right? Where the high school seniors have to do an Olympic trial, but they have to run around with the doll hung from a stick.
From a noose, yep.
Yeah, the black doll hung from a stick. And if they drop the black doll hung from a stick, like a black person hung from a noose, they lose the race. So the object is not to win the race and be athletic and be as cardio fit as you can be. The object is to hold on to the dead black person at the end of the stick. And then you wonder why in over maybe 5-6 states, they're doing online slave auctions in high school, drafting their black classmates as slaves in slave auctions, examining their body parts and examining their talents and their attributes and bidding on them like it happened in auction houses on what was Wall Street. That's why they called it Wall Street, because they were actually bidding on folks. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is real. All of this is real information. You got to hear first on the Real HD Show. We just wanted to tell you about it. You know what I mean? Power to the people news. Wait, what just happened? This just happened. New Jersey Rutgers professor said white people need to be taken out. And I couldn't wait to get to this on.
Yes.
What do y'all think?
Yes.
So based on what we just talked about,
no doubt,
based on how contemptuous what we just talked about was. Now, Ms. B, you down in Atlanta, you down in the AT of the L, right? And you spending your tax money for your babies to go to school to be taught this crap by these undercover people. Does that give us enough ammunition to want to take some folks out? What do you think?
It gives us enough ammunition to want to. It definitely does. I just feel like at the end of the day, we're going to have to figure out our own thing, our own system of things, our own system of existence, because like we've discussed offline, this was never designed for us. It was never designed for us. So it's not ever going to be a point where I think that we'll be done right by, especially not to the point where we feel like we should be done right by. Whether you want to look at Biden right now, Laden right now, I guess you call him Laden, because he lied and got in the office and he's not doing nothing for nobody.
I call him Bussy Biden.
What you say?
I call him Bussy Biden.
I mean,
that's my little alliteration for him.
And I call him Lyden because he lied his way in the office and now he's doing nothing for nobody.
Right.
You know, when you look at the fact that so many other races have gotten reparations, whatever type of reparations, just some sort of respect. You know, it's like every other race is getting more respect than we ever have gotten or probably ever will get. You know, it's just a sad state of affairs is what it is. And taking people out, I don't know if that's the right thing in my head. Um, but definitely doing our own thing in my head is where I think we need to be going.
All right. Well, let me read this byline and then I'll see what you think after I read this byline.
Okay.
It says Rutgers professor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brittany Cooper branded white people as villains and was cheered amongst a crowd of students attending this lecture. Cooper is a professor of Africana Studies and women and gender studies. She was appearing online in a conference calling Unpacking the Attacks on Critical Race Theory when she argued, quote, white people are committed to being villains in the aggregate. Fear of losing power they fear losing power and will fight to keep it. He says the professor termed whiteness as an inconvenient interruption in regular history. What's your thoughts on that, y'all? That's the byline. Homegirl went in, man. She went in with the hot sauce and the jelly. She had hot sauce in her bag for all that. What's going on? How y'all feel about that?
I feel it wholeheartedly.
She said they committed to being villains in aggregate, so in total, and they will fight to keep it. So was January 6th, the attack on the Capitol, was that reminiscent of what she's talking about?
I feel it wholeheartely. But see, the thing is, what they're preparing for and what they're thinking, and when that was said, was a physical war. You feel? Because it's all fear driven. But they don't understand that this is coming from a professor. So, you know, our call to arms would be a different one. It would be that of the mind. So we all know we control, you know, more of this whole monetary exchange thing, you know. So if we as a people come together, you feel, and then, you know, eliminate them on a economical level, you feel, stop purchasing their items, stop, you know, using their services, you know, stop, you know, participating in their BS, then guess what? You take them out. So now they have no legs to stand on. We run this shit, you feel, and they make profit off of us. So if we pull out, run our own systems, have our own, then what do they have to stand on? Absolutely nothing. What is their money based on? Absolutely nothing. So they can create their zeros and ones, but have no backing for it. And we would have everything. So then what happens to them? They're gone. They're taken out. You feel? When it comes to all of these laws and this voting thing, we all know Republicans ain't got our back. Democrats ain't got our back. You feel? White House ain't looking out for us. So what if we stop playing in this game? Guess what? We don't have to participate. You feel? We don't have to participate. So if we take away that participation, why do you think they fight so hard for our votes? You feel? So if we don't vote and we don't participate and we don't do that, then we're taking away from their whole game. So if they don't have any players to play their game, they're taken out. They're taken out. You feel?
So those are the picture you see before you are the lengths that they're willing to go through. They're willing to fight paramilitaristic officers armed to the teeth for to have their little say.
Yeah, because they know ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
Exactly.
They know nothing's gonna
Exactly.
happen to them. But see,
They
that's the
know.
whole thing. If you take it to them on the real scale, you feel what can they do? You know, you got presidents and pre-presidents and everybody sitting up there and catering to us. What they're telling us is that we have the power. We're like He-Man and She-Ra out this bitch. You feel? We have the power. So if we take that power away from, and stop participating in that bullshit, they don't got a leg to stand on. They're dead, gone, taken out.
But see, the difficulty is, I remember when all of the atrocities that were being perpetrated against us in the streets, all the murders, all the police brutality situations, we had a desire to do something about it. But that momentum just doesn't stay. We're so easily distracted with stuff that's just really unimportant. You know, if we spent more time and energy concentrating on that same energy and that same momentum that we had when all this stuff was happening back to back, and it's still happening. I don't want to act like it's not happening. I'm still seeing
That's
stuff
what I was
I
about to
don't
say.
even want
It's still
to. I
happening.
don't even want to swat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still seeing stuff that, as a mother of 3 Black men, just both breaks my heart and angers me to no end. You know, but I just feel like I don't know how we reach, especially the younger generation. You know, we had the distraction thing earlier. They are so well, some of them are so distracted. There are a lot of them that actually are really waking up and are actually trying to do some things and are actually trying to use, for instance, social media to spread knowledge. But it's gonna take a major mind shift and attention
Nope.
shift and energy shift. You don't think so?
Nope, not at all.
To get us in that direction?
Not at all.
Without consistency, how are we getting there without consistency? The consistency that says we keep going in this direction. We keep thinking of things that are important. We stop spending so much time on stuff that's materialistic and minor in the big picture of life. How do you think that's not the case?
Well, one, for that, for those people that are kind of like easily distracted and stuff like that, they're like the sheep. So you don't aim for the sheep, you aim for the shepherds.
So you think there's a lot of shepherds?
Well, no, yeah, please. All of these people that are out there trending and those influencers and stuff like that, get a hold of the influencers,
Gotcha.
you feel, and have them create the narrative. If
Gotcha.
you have enough influences creating the narrative, and you have all of these sheep out here saying, "Hey, well, look, I want to be unique, so I want to do what they're doing." You feel? So yeah, I mean, but that's all it takes. But what it takes is for people to do that. Like, you don't hear the influencers and stuff like that actually doing good. It's all, the selfish, glamorization and all of that cosmetic bull crap, and taking pictures, selfies, blah blah blah. Take a picture of your food, blah blah blah. You feel? But if they really had a cause, you feel, and they had that status where it was like, yo, look, as as the influencer, whatever, they sit up there and they say, yo, listen, all of my peoples in Zoom or wherever, I want us to get together and do this. You start small, you feel? So now everybody gets together and they're doing that. And they're doing that on a large scale. They've already did it with the stock thing. You feel? So if you can mess with stocks, on a whim, why can't you do something positive? Why can't you do something, that actually paves the way for, give somebody that option where everybody thinks that this is the only option on the block, but it's not. People are just used to it. And the thing is, people don't like change. So you have the that old generation that has everything engraved and they do not want to change it, So it's new times. That old way did not work. They will not admit it, but it did not work. And those who see that it has not worked will have something new to replace it. social media is here. You got Bitcoins and stuff like that going on right now. There's thousands and thousands of this digital currencies. So you can literally put dents in their economy overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of putting a dent in the economy, and speaking of making an impact overnight, check this out. And we haven't featured this in a while on the Real HD Show, but we're gonna do it right now. The racism hotline helpline. Your experience counts. Versus white supremacy, your safety, economic terrorism, police brutality, Karenitis, miseducation. The goal is to make bad behavior impact their money and their credit. And you got it right here on the Real HD Show. So what is that? That is our campaign on the Real HD Show. I don't even think Ms. B knows about this yet, but this is our campaign.
I like it though.
Because Bussy Biden and his boys are getting ready to consolidate the credit systems into one big credit union, one big credit movement. And if they're going to do that, then we want a platform to have racism added to affect white people's credit
finances.
Let's get them where. So if you report racism to us on the Racism Help Hotline, Racism Hotline Helpline, join the movement, ring the bell, tell your people, earn some Real HD crypto bucks with us by sharing your experience. We have college students on deck ready to help us database this information. We get the information in the database. We present it in the hundreds and thousands. And whatever your situation is, tell us about your racial attacks and experiences that you go through. And when you go through them, we will record them. We will log them. And we will report them to New York politicians, Georgia politicians in the DMV, whatever area we at, we gonna work for you. And that's one of the many, 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 many interesting things that you got going on right here on the Real HD Show. So please support. Cash App, $ the Real HD Show. We need your help. It don't work without you. But we got the Racism Helpline Hotline. Guess what? And it helps that you call in and at least get it off your chest. Don't walk around with all that pent up. Don't walk around with all that on your brain, on your heart, and be all in your fifis and take it out on your kids and your loved ones. And now you and your man getting a divorce because you can't get the shit off your chest. You know what I mean? All them little microaggressions you go through at work, all them little microaggressions you go through on the highway, road rage, and Call us up, let us know. Racism Hotline, Helpline, Real HD Show. Just wanted to segue to that. Y'all continue. Just want to take them out. What we doing? AKs, AR-15s? What we doing? We doing combat training at Fort Dix in New Jersey? What we doing? I'm ready for you.
We take them out by having our own communities, doing our own farming, doing our own banking. You feel? Having our own infrastructure. That way, we ain't asking them for nothing. They can't ask us for nothing. You feel?
I remember when all this stuff was going on, and there were some statistics, and unfortunately, I don't have them right in front of me or in my head clearly, but they talked about how money circulated in other communities in comparison to how they circulated in our community, and how within, I think, it was some ridiculously small amount of time, our money had left our community, and other communities, their money was turning around for weeks and months, and the best way to always influence or impact somebody, especially somebody with a power or money hunger, is to hit them where it hurts, which is in the pockets. So I completely agree with you. We got to figure out how to hit somebody in the pockets, got to hit them in the pockets, because that's the only thing that's going to really make them feel something, because the system is not designed.
The only thing they care for. It's the only thing they care for. They'll sell us out, they'll sell themselves out, and they'll do it all for the money. So
hey, man, Dave Chappelle as Rick James got something to say about what we talking about. Check it out.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap! What? Slap!
had to put my man Ricky James in the face. Put a 5-finger say to the face. You know, right here on the Real HD show, Wild Out Wednesday show. We going in, man. We going strong, and we gotta pop this on because we haven't done it in a while. And Miss B is new to the show, so she gotta hear it, just like everybody else gotta hear it. Right here on the Real HD. Check it out.
There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're rowing, or which way the river's flowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a blowing? Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a glowing? Is the grisly reaper mowing? Yes! The danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing.
Hey man, that's my man Willy Wonka. It's a Wild Out Wednesday show. There's no way of knowing which way we are going, but we always going with this right here. Power to the people news. Power to the people news right here. What just happened? Wait, what just happened? This just happened. New trend in Houston and Atlanta. Female studs get James Harden beards. Yo, man, you laughing, man. You interrupted my title. New trend in Houston and Atlanta. Female studs getting James Harden beards. I kid you not. Right here.
No.
That's bad.
No.
Check out the man weaves. Man weaves. Coming to a barber near you. But let's go back to the go back to the feed.
No. This is not real. This is not right. The man weaves, I'm cool with the man weaves. You know what I'm saying? Brother don't want to lose his hair. He knows that, you know, if he's still wanting to hold on to it, he could still get him a little sharp look. You know, I get that. This, I'm not feeling this at all. You still look like a woman with.
That's big. That's big beard business.
Wait.
On YouTube, doing all the cologne and fragrance.
You know what?
Joints on big beard business.
This is a lot. That's a lot.
This one right here. This one right here.
But wait, the crazier thing is that I wanted to take a picture of it.
Okay, go ahead.
The crazier thing is that she really looks like a dude with the beard on.
Oh my god!
Like she could really trick somebody.
Ooh, oh my god!
Like no.
Yo, you see the line coming through? She got the line. They put the little chalk on the side and got the line nice and right, you know.
Yo, this is too much. This is too much. I can't.
Wig.
A twig. You're wearing a twig?
Get your face wig.
A
Get your face wig.
A twig,
Get
yeah.
your face wig.
Oh my god.
Let's check out a clip of it right here on the Real
No,
SD show.
no, let's not. And say we did. No. No. But that title is correct.
All right, Atlanta doing what Atlanta. I think Atlanta has outroamed even Rome. Like Rome was wild, but Atlanta, I think, has out surpassed what Rome. So we got studs getting beards. Jeez. There's a new trend coming out of the South, and particularly Houston and Atlanta. So Houston and Atlanta take this L. Female studs are trying out a new style, a full beard. We're not talking about transgenders here. We're talking about gay women who identify themselves as females The process involves the women going to a specially trained barber stylist and getting a beard weave.
Oh my God.
It's pretty amazing. The number of Americans who identify as Decepticons and Transformers has been steadily increasing each year. Gallup's latest update on the poll said finds 5.6% of U.S. adults identify as LGBT. The current estimate is up from 4.5% update based on 2017 data. The increase could be a result of people being more open to accept the label or something else at work. Currently, 86.7% of Americans say they are heterosexual or straight,
Hmm.
and 7.6% do not answer the question about their sexual orientation. Gallup's 2012-2017 data had roughly 5% no opinion responses, and the latest results are based on more than 15,000 interviews conducted throughout 2020 with Americans aged 18 and up. Gallup had previously reported annual updates from its 20.
I need to go get some aspirin. You just gave me a headache. That's too much. That is too much. That's too much. Like
Oh my God.
you identify as a female, but you want a beard. I mean, I don't see the correlation.
Oh, I thought I seen it all, yo.
No, we and I want to see it all. I don't want to see any more new developments in these stories. Like
Oh
I'm
man,
good.
no.
No, thank you.
Yo,
In
just
Atlanta, and you had to put that on because it's in Atlanta. We can't. I can't hear you. We can't hear you, AJ.
There you go. It's the latest in man weave technology. Check it out.
No, no, and it had to be Atlanta.
oh, oh no.
Well,
Oh,
men.
Move.
oh
Men been wearing long hair. Men been wearing long hair for a long time. That's
my
that's a whole different. That's a whole different ball game.
Yo, if this
That's a
was
whole.
2021, I would have swore that was like a skit on like in Living Color or something. Yo, oh my
I
God.
can't.
Whew.
Yeah, man, we had to break the monotony a little bit. We had to take it in
You didn't have to do it with that though.
we had to
You don't have to use that to break the monotony.
take it to
You could have found something else.
level. You know,
Oh my God.
wild out Wednesday.
I'm
We had
dying.
to
Oh
wild
my
out
God.
with you. We had
What
to
did they
get it.
say back in the day? They used to say that's shot out. That's shot out. That is shot out. That is just. I'm sorry. I'm done. Like I'm
Hey,
done. Done. Like we can
hey,
move on to the
done,
next
done.
part.
Sin, last word on the fee beards, man. The fee beards, the face wigs, as you call it, the face wig crew from
Oh my God.
He
Yo.
can't talk because he's laughing too hard.
Yo, if I ever seen that face beard thing, yo, I'm telling you, yo, I can't see it on the streets, yo. I can't, I can't. I already seen this, this female kind of hardcore lesbian get out of a pink car, right? And it had the pink nuts hanging from the back. So now they got, yo, if she comes out tomorrow with a beard, it's over.
Wow,
Yo,
man.
it's over, fam.
What I done started, man. Hey, man, you rocking with the best. It's the Real HD show.
It's over.
And we're doing we're doing something wild, we're doing something wacky. It's a Wild Out Wednesday. We appreciate you if you joining the show. Power to the people news. Hit us up in the link. Tell us what you think.
Oh my God.
Please support. Shout out to WXIR 100.9 FM RCTV. Shout out to Sheeta Beats for everything that you've done for the show over the years. That's the homie. She took real good care of us through season 1 and season 2 of the Real HD show. Shout out to Sheeta Beats. Hey, Sin, did I tell you that Sheeta Beats is moving on? She's not going to be at the station anymore.
Oh nah, you did not.
Yeah, she put in information and she's moving on from the radio station. That's our home base radio station right here in New York. Sheeta Beats is the program director, but she's moving on to greener pastures, doing something different with herself. She's trying to, if I know her like I know her, she's making a power move, something empowering for herself and her family and her peoples. And I know we have not heard the last of Sheeta Beats So shout out to WXIR 100.9 FM and their dope dynamite program director, Sheeta Beats. Your thoughts?
Always welcome back on the show. We know you're gonna go blow up. You feel so? You know what I mean? Come back. You know what I mean? Spread your love on the real HD. You know how we do.
Yeah, man. She was dope because she's a planter and a naturalist, and she came on the show in our Great Black Farmers Show. Remember that, Sin?
Yep.
Yeah, we had a show where it was all black farmers telling things from their experience, from their purview, from their vantage point about the plight of black farmers. And we want to do a follow-up show that didn't get to happen, but go back into the archives of the Real HD Show on Facebook, AJ James page, and you will see the Great Black Farmers Show. It was dynamite. We got to a lot of critical stuff. Shout out to the 90-acre community in Georgia.
Yes.
Freedom
Land
themselves. Love that. Say you what you say, Sin?
It's Freedom Land.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're
called. Freedom, Georgia.
Yes.
The families that purchased, Freedom, Georgia.
Freedom, Georgia.
That's amazing. That's amazing stuff. More of that, and we'll get to where we're going.
Oh, yes. Shout out to Freedom, Georgia. Please holler at me. I do aquaponics. I have solar panels. I have wind generators. If you need your infrastructure up and running, you feel I'm kind of the person that you need to get everything kind of up and running. Not trying to charge you no types of fees or nothing like that, because we are peoples. So I'm extending my knowledge and my skills to you. You feel?
What a blessing.
Reaching out. I'll even extend y'all and have our whole interaction on one of our shows. You feel? I look forward to greeting you on the 360 TV. So you know what I mean? When 360 Green TV comes out, you know, I'll dedicate a whole week-long special to the whole Freedom Georgia project. So you know what I mean? Holla at your boy.
Yeah, shout out to the directors and the developers of Freedom Georgia. I've had a conversation with at least one of them. It just wasn't, we didn't, our schedules didn't mesh enough for them to get on the show. And there's another organic melanated farming project right here in upstate New York. Shout out to them as well. They're doing some stuff like that too. So, you know, let's take the land back, you know, in agrarian lifestyles, live off the land. You know what I mean? We can make pizza off of everything on the land. So we could do that. We ain't got to buy Domino's, Little Caesar. We ain't got to do that. We could do our own shit. Let's do our own shit. Let's get healthy, wealthier, and wiser doing our own shit. Speaking of that, my brother from another mother, are you ready for the AAT report?
I am always ready.
All right, man, let me get your music up and gunning for the AAT report. I told you I would keep up on that. I'm trying to hold myself to my promise. And here we go.
Good evening, my kings, my queens, my princes, and my princesses. Tonight, I have another hidden gem for you. This one, you have to listen very closely. All right. Tonight's AAT reports super plant product is another slept-on powerhouse. All right. It's officially named Appium graveolens, and containing high levels of antioxidants and enzymes, and packed with essential vitamins and minerals like folate, vitamin B6, potassium, vitamin K, and vitamin C. Tonight's plant powerhouse lowers inflammation and aids in diseases like arthritis and heart disease. And it also reduces high cholesterol with a compound called BUPH, and that lowers lipids. also lowering triglyceride concentrations and lipoprotein cholesterols. Right? In its treatment of high blood pressure, it also has anti-hypertensive properties. High levels of calcium and potassium have muscle relaxing properties that can regulate blood pressure and prevent a stroke. Tonight's AAT Super Plant product aids in weight loss. It fights infections with a microbial and a antibacterial properties. Right? It has properties of boosting the efficiency of the immune system. Right? It cures indigestion and bloating and improves digestion and water retention. It reduces the risk of urinary tract infections and lowers the levels of uric acid in the body. And it also helps to dissolve cysts that form in the body. Polycetylenes found in tonight's AAT plant product can prevent the formation of cancer and inhibit the growth of any cancer tumor. But that's not all. All right. Fiber plays a particularly interesting role, seeing that it helps to improve the cultivation of good bacteria in the gut. And this has huge benefits throughout the body, boosting the production of beneficial hormones and neurotransmitters, and taking care of any foreign intruders that may invade the body. It also lowers the risk of catching colds, flu, stomach bugs, and general assaults on your health. This AAT plant product even aids in improving the mood by converting vitamin C into serotonin.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Now, this particular plant product has androstenone and androstenol. And these products are known to raise arousal just by chewing on tonight's plant. Its zinc levels help to support and produce testosterone during sleep, aiding with recovery and muscle building. And it also eliminates morning breath. Now, with all of these attributes present, is there anyone who knows what tonight's AAT product is?
All right, man. So let me go through the paces. Let me check the outlets. Why? Because we broadcast live to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter live. We on Mob Crush. We on Trovo. So peace to the new family on Trovo. We got a couple of people that have become members of the Real HD Show and following us on Trovo. So peace to y'all. And I'm looking. Someone says horseradish. Is that possibly the answer?
Unfortunately, it is not, but it is a great answer.
Womp, womp, womp.
I missed that soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah, man. Miss B, the choice is yours.
I have something in mind, but
you got it right the last time.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I'm gonna say aloe vera.
Aloe vera? Ooh, nice guess, but I'm sorry, that is not today's AAT.
That's the only thing that came to mind. I'm sorry. Chew on it for bad breath.
AJ, you got anything for me?
Um, we did a lot of the essential plant products. I'm all out, bro. I'm trying to run this show. So, if you are ready to unveil, are you ready for your drum roll, bro?
I am ready for my reveal.
There you go.
Tonight's AAT super plant, I told you was a common powerhouse, is
Celery?
celery.
No way.
Oh, now I got an add-on for that. So
Wow.
let's rock out. Celery. So dope. So dope. One of the major things that I remember my mom, bless the dead, was going through her diabetes piece. And one of the major things they told her was to, to curb her diet was to, make celery a pastime, make celery a snack, make celery a go-to. And she fought me on that. Come on, Veronica. Come on, Ronnie. Why'd you fight me? You could have still been here with us. Rocking with you, seeing your boy doing the show live with Miss B, Sincere G, Vic 7 in the place to be. Celery is really dope. Miss Bambi, your thoughts on celery?
Man, I should have got it when you said you could chew it for bad breath. Because I heard that somewhere.
Take care of that morning breath.
Yeah, but I'm allergic to celery now. I used to like it a lot. I used to eat it with ranch, never peanut butter because I'm allergic to that too. But celery is good. I still cook with it. It's a good base ingredient. Wow, that's awesome. That's good stuff. Good stuff. And it's inexpensive. And it's 0 calories or something like that. So shoot. Buy it and eat a lot of it if you're not allergic to it.
For all my 74 babies, that means 1974. I'm dating myself. For all the 74 babies in the house who got 4 decades under their belt, 4-decade crew, stand up, right? The 4-decade crew, we need to keep the yang up. We need everything we can to keep the yang up and get things flowing. So I had learned, and I'm not trying to take your shine, brother. I had learned a real dope, because you just don't get this information from men as much. But I learned this real dope formula from an Asian cat about how to boost the libido. And he was saying, don't wait till your joint is, wet noodles. Don't wait for that. Don't wait to get whiskey dick. Do it early. Boost your joint early. So your joint just continues. You know what I mean? Because T levels go down, testosterone level go down, and you got to boost. You got to give yourself a little boost. You got to keep it real with that. So I don't know how you feel about this, but listen to this recipe, Sin, and let me know what you think. He told me to do rind of pomegranate, rind of watermelon.
Yeah, that.
He told me to do celery, garlic, and ginger. And he told me to put it in a pot, boil it, right? The pomegranate is really for the flavor. It's not really for the pomegranate. Got some dope properties too, though.
Yeah, it has a lot of antioxidants. Yeah.
Yeah. Bring it to a boil, let it cool, put it in a little mason jar, put it in the fridge, and then that's the new ginseng. That's what's popping. What's your thoughts on that, man?
That's an interesting combination. I can see where it works. You have the ginger and the garlic, that are helping with the circulating. And you have the watermelon rind and the celery. What people don't know that those are those water-based things that help that cell membrane to maintain its rigidity. So Yep. So those I do know about. The pomegranate, as you said, that would probably be for taste. So that's it sounds efficient. So it sounds like it may work. It might not. Well, I can tell you, it's probably not as effective as the the AAT packs that I'm going to be delivering. But
See, you had to hate on my
but
recipe.
yeah,
You get your shopping network going. I ain't mad at you, brother. Go ahead.
no doubt. So I've actually put together kind of a few regiments for males and females in order to increase their overall health and their sexual health, because that's something that's not really addressed. And there's a lot of people that's out there and taking these medications, and and they're affecting keeping the yang up. They're affecting your arousal levels. They're even affecting female moisture levels. So there's a lot of things that's kind of going on. The moisture is related to the sensitivity, and the sensitivity is just, well, anyway, we feel look forward to those AAT packs. They will be coming to you. They will be announced on our segment Sipping After Dark. So look forward to that. And as for the AAT report itself, everybody sees celery all of the time, but just do yourself a stalk of celery and see what happens.
Yeah, man. Celery and mint was one of the big things that they used to do in the Middle Ages when there was no dental hygiene and all that type of stuff. People would walk around and just chew on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then because you wasn't gonna get none if you was emoting some foul stuff.
I don't know. I don't know. You know how them Europeans did.
They was ODing on the celery and the mint. You know what I mean? They even brought it up in Game of Thrones. That was that's one of
Really?
in Game of Thrones. That was one of the main things that stuck out to me in the series. What's my
Okay.
guy's name? Chaos is
I couldn't have lived back in that time, man. That was some fun times.
One of the villains that used to mess with the Stark family. I forget his name. I remember his name in a minute. I'm slipping on my Game of Thrones stuff. But
smelled like a wet barnyard.
right. But he was the dude that owned the brothels in Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's even worse. Wet barnyard with the smell of
no. He was a paid dude, but he would go around and he would like look to take advantage of chaotic situations. And I forget his name. What was his name? All right, I remember in a minute. But one of the major things he did to keep the ladies attracted, because he wasn't an ugly dude. He's one of the pretty boys. He would hit that celery and he would hit that mint.
No
It was a
doubt.
pimp.
Several times a day. And then of course I brought him out from everywhere, what have you. So yeah, man, AAT report. So
Love
what
it.
are the uses? What are the practical way that people can apply the super giant celery experience? How can they do it?
You can have it, there are numerous ways to partake of it, in the whole culinary field, from stews, to drinks. They have actually, I think it's like a celery cleanse that they have now. I mean, it's supposed to kind of help you lose the weight and, and all of that. But the key is with the celery, you have to ingest it. And the more you ingest, the more you reap its benefits. So, you can sit there and know all of the information, you can sit there and say, oh, yeah, I know that. Or, I learned something new. But the key to, actually taking in and benefiting from these things are to use them. As for the celery, eat it. I mean, when you need a snack, if you wake up in the morning, instead of doing one of those what are those bird showers or whatever those things are called, I mean, be like walking out, with the coffee breath and all of that. I mean, take some celery with you. I ask this for other people in the elevators and other people in these closed quarters, and if you're sharing a cab, you know what I mean, and if they don't have the celery, bring some with you so that you can give it to them. Trust me, it makes a world of difference. But I'm saying that in jest, but the more that the more that you intake these things, or I think Mondays was cucumber. Today's, we're talking about the celery. These things are common. They're not expensive. So there's no reason for you to actually, not reap the benefit of them. So, my peoples, go out and get yourself some celery and reap those benefits.
Yeah, man. So that's the AAT report. Miss B, last word.
Well, celery I know was good for you, and I just enjoy talking to Sin about all this healthy stuff. I went to the farmer's market yesterday and I bought a big old bag of dry roasted pumpkin seeds. And like I usually buy the ones that are shelled
Mm-hmm.
because the David ones are so salty. They're like 40% sodium. But the
Mm-hmm.
dry roasted ones, like I literally probably ate a third of the bag already. I woke up eating them this morning. But thanks for that. I love the AAT report. Celery it out. So many benefits, men, women, everybody. Get your celery in. And this morning, for some reason, I actually made myself some juice. I've had a juicer for years. I got it for Mother's Day and I hardly used it. And we got some green apples. And when I went to the farmer's market yesterday, I bought some turmeric and some ginger because I paid $2 or $3 for a ginger shot or a turmeric shot. And when I buy the turmeric and the ginger, I made
Mm-hmm.
my own shots this morning. So I had an energy boost early this morning. So
Yep.
yeah, this AAT stuff is important to work on your health and to use what God put on this green earth for our benefit.
Yeah, man. And
Absolutely.
Sin, real quick before we end the AAT report, let them know what it stands for.
AAT, it stands for Aero Aqua Terra, because anything under the air, the land, or the water, I got you covered.
Love it.
Hey, I like the way that
Love
rolls. That's what's
it.
good right here on the Real HD Show. And if you like what we do, you like our get down, you like how we put these things out to you, the information is crucial. You get something out of it, you get a laugh, or you just get some information that can empower you. Please, please, please support, support, support. Here's the link, here's the Cash App. Follow us on the Real HD Show. Support $ the Real HD Show is the Cash App. Help us to make the show even broader. Our goal is not to stay on these social media plantations, but to broadcast the Real HD Network featuring the AAT report on 360 Green, featuring the Real HD Show, featuring Simply Supremes, featuring Broadcast Beats, featuring Diamond in the Rough, and all points, featuring did I say 360 Green already?
Yes.
Oh man, we got so much stuff. Animation we got going on. We got freaking oh man, I don't want to give away too much, but look out for the Real HD Network on Amazon streaming. That's the goal. It's not to stay here, it's to move over there and be independent, do our own thug thizzle. You know what I mean? That's how we do it. Right here on the Real HD Show. Oh, we got a little chatty. Hey, it's Lady T. She back. She back from the Real HD Show. Shout out to the Clintonite. You know what I mean, Lady T. That's what's good. Thanks for support, support, support. And without further ado, it's time for that Lit City report.
Hey, that's a-
Hey, what's the Lit City report? The Lit City report is the wacky, the wild, the wonderful things that we can bring to you that makes life just a little bit easier and a little more progressive. Brought to you right here by the Real HD Show. And this week on the Lit City report, we have, give me a second to pull it up. Meet the couple whose app helps to track racial incidents and find missing Black people.
wow.
I had to put this on. Love
Hey,
that. Gotta give them some shout outs.
yeah.
because of what just happened to brother Day, and then what was the other brother? What was the two brothers? What was the two brothers that were abducted and then they were found with their body parts? Um,
Oh yeah,
um,
one was in a gym mat with hay in them, and the other
That
yeah,
was
one.
here in Georgia.
yep, yep. What was
Hmm.
their names? I'm missing it on the
Oh man.
thing here. Jeremiah. It was Jeremiah Day.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, well, the brothers. There was about three brothers actually in the last couple of weeks that were abducted, and they were found with their and the sister too. Remember the
Yeah,
Mm.
sister Angelina? I believe her name was Angelina or something, and she was found with her organs deharvested, um,
Wow.
in the back of an abandoned sh-
police vehicle. It was
police
a
vehicle.
van.
In
Yep.
the mm,
So shout out to this couple here who developed an app to protect our folks. You know what I mean? And I'm going to try to read it now. An app that can help track racial incidents and missing Black people could help parents and community members feel comfortable asking for help on campus security, local police, and administration. A vital question. How will safety become more equitable for our people in this coming year? The the app is called Angel Tech, which has live stream video and sharing local sharing capabilities. Could this be the answer? James Samuel Jr. and his wife Evelyn, African melanated couple, who want to minimize and prevent the personal and community security issues. Angel Tech sends information to loved ones in real time, efficiently and discreetly. The app
wow.
has the app has the potential to change the game. Y'all thoughts, man. Y'all thoughts on this app, this wonderful app. It reminded me of this, the racism hotline.
It sure did.
So
Yeah.
we support and we salute our folks who do anything if we seeing a alike, see alike, be alike. You know what I mean? So what do you guys think about the Angel Tech app helping to prevent lost loved ones in this wilderness of North America?
I think it's amazing. The young man down here, his name was Kendrick Johnson. And
There you go. Kendrick
yeah.
Johnson. Yep,
Hmm.
yep, yep.
It
What
happened
do
a
you
few years ago here in Georgia.
I think he had
Um,
locks, right?
yep,
If
he
I'm
had locks. Yep.
yep, yep, yeah. Shout
Yep.
out to the Johnson family. I hope you guys
Yes.
I wish you guys peace at this
Yes.
time. I know
Hmm.
I can't even fathom, but I wish you guys all the peace in the world and all of the harmony.
Yes.
And I hope you guys can put your family back on track. But
Hmm.
I didn't mean to cut your wisdom off, Miss
Oh,
B. Go
you're
ahead.
good. You're good. I mean, this is just like this is phenomenal. Um, the fact that so many, I was gonna say of our women, but apparently it's our women, it's our men. Just the whole, there was a case a few years ago that really had me deeply involved in researching and finding out about it. And it took me down a whole rabbit hole that we probably won't discuss right now. But, with the young lady in Chicago who allegedly was drunk and stumbled into a freezer. And when they found her, she was dead with her organs removed. I don't know if you guys remember that story.
No,
Um,
I wish I knew
yeah.
about it. I would have blasted it off.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll get you some info on that. But that story just sent me into a whole informational research situation where there were links to the Chicago Police Department human organ trafficking. I mean, our children, our women, our brothers, our sisters, they're disappearing at an alarming rate, and we're not getting the media attention that anyone else is getting when they disappear, when they're missing. I've seen too many stories, even just there's an app down here called Nextdoor. I'm not sure if you guys have it up there. It's a community app where you can go on and you can talk about anything happening in the community. You can look for a good service. You can report a security issue. You can tell them a dog is loose in the subdivision and it's specific to the subdivision and then broadly specific to the area. And I've just seen so many things about missing people. And I'm like, it never makes any sort of mainstream news. How is it that it doesn't? And with something like that, where we could actually track and have footage, have audio of what's going on. Like I think of some of my favorite movies. I think it was Taken. When the guy is telling his daughter, "Be quiet, let me hear what's around you." He's hearing the sounds and figuring out, okay, she's near a railroad track. Having all those clues to potentially get you to your loved one and hopefully save their lives, get them back to safety or whatever. Like that is phenomenal. I think that's ingenious. I think it would be worth whatever price they're charging for it because it's something that we need right now. We need it yesterday, actually.
Yeah, man. Speaking of things being worth whatever price you charge for it, Lit City Report would like to debut Black-owned TV network raising funds to buy building for a training center. Bob TV is on a mission to create spaces in Black communities across the country that would develop and train Black-owned media, arts, and technology creatives. Within the mission is the power to air creatives' work on Bob TV so they generate revenue and drive entrepreneurship in one of the areas of media technology. So that's them, man. That's what we doing. That's what the Real HD Network is about. We want to drive that. So that would be a sister or a brother network of ours. And we just happen to have a video celebrating Bob TV. And we want to bring that to you right here on the Real HD Show. Check it out.
Black on Purpose Television Network. Yes, Black on Purpose Television Network. All Black, all positive, all the time. The largest Black-owned streaming television network in the world, bringing our people together worldwide, controlling our messages, our story, our way. Black TV the way it should be. Black music, Black history, and more. 30 plus channels, thousands of shows. Black on Purpose Television Network. Subscribe now.
Love it. That's good stuff. Think he's frozen.
Yep, nope. There you go. If there's that's the way it should be. If there's NBC, CBS, Fox, WPIX, if there's all those stations been out forever and a day getting that good dollar from our folks, we can have more than one Black media on TV. Real HD Network, and big up to Bob TV, Black on Purpose. I love that. What y'all think of that, man? Bob TV, Lit City Report.
I think that verifies my point. Like, you know what I mean? For one, between them, and their content, you know what I mean? Between our shows and our content, we have within ourselves to take care of ourselves. So, there's no need to kind of run to all of these other, stations and stuff like that when we can watch news that affects us. You feel news that is told by us, you know what I mean? And news that affects us, instead of worrying about them and all of their politics and bull crap and, and their lies and deceit and negativity, you know what I mean? If we take control and we do that whole thing that we used to do, that whole community thing, you feel? When Black Wall Street was made, it wasn't just like, a couple of businesses just kind of like happened to, it was a community, you feel? So they had their hospital, they had their banks, they had their lawyers and, and their businesses. So everybody came together and played their part, you feel? Nowadays, that's all that we need to do. We have the internet. We don't even have to be in one place for them to bomb. We could be scattered all across the world, you feel, but still come together with that one idea of, hey, we're going to do for our culture. We're going to, live and have our culture, and we're going to be us unapologetically, you feel, without the desire of having their approval or without the desire of having their money or their influence or whatever the case may be, because they have no involvement.
Yes, sir. Miss B, your thoughts? Bop
Yeah,
TV.
I definitely agree with him. I never heard of it, and I'm going to definitely look into it. The idea that we can control our rhetoric, the idea that, for instance, one thing that has always gotten on my nerves, especially nowadays, is music. I love music, but the music nowadays, it's just not anything positive. It's
Nope.
not encouraging anything but misogyny, drugs, being loose. Like, it's not teaching our kids how to do anything positive for the most part. And if it is, it's not being played on mainstream radio.
Nope.
It's on some underground stuff you have to seek out on your own to find. So the idea that we can, even when it comes to television, or shows in general, to have the opportunity to um, present shows and material where we're viewed in a positive light, where we're shown as intelligent, as attractive, as all the things we really are. But to be able to show that, and starting with our youth, to expose them to that, because everyone else is already exposing our youth to everything else. We need a platform where we can, as we spoke earlier about the education thing, we need a platform where we can teach our young children, you're beautiful, you're intelligent. We need a platform where we can show them Black people aren't just rappers and strippers and dancers, and we have brains, and we built a lot of things, pretty much everything in this world, actually.
Everything that's here.
I think that opportunity to have a positive influence with a station like that is phenomenal. And like you said, I agree, AJ, that it's not just one station. There's room for so many, because there's so many different people that need options. We need options, positive options, favorable options. So I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, man, it's time. It's way past bedtime for that. We've been here for Jubilee year, which is 400 plus years traversing this landscape we call the wilderness of North America. And it's been time for us to get our word out the way we do it. You know what I mean? Define ourselves for ourselves instead of being defined and spoken for. And that was the Lit City Report. That was the Lit City Report, brought to you by the Real HD Show. And we back. It's a Wild Out Wednesday. You watching the Real HD Show. It's your voice, your victory. You rocking with Miss B all the way from the ATL, Miss Bambi herself. You rocking with Sincere G all the way from the NYC. And your brother right here from the planet of rock in Rochester, upstate New York. You rocking with the Vic 7. It's the Real HD Show on a Wild Out Wednesday, doing it the way we supposed to do it. It's 9:36 after, and time always moves so daggone fast on these shows, but it's time for this segment right here called Respect My Goofy. And what is that? That's a segment where we kind of take a little bit off and we talk about some stories and some things that aren't, the norm. And Wild Out Wednesday is one of those days where we like to talk about those stories that aren't the norm. And we already brought one up earlier. I hope Lady T is watching, because boom, the new trend in Atlanta is the Fee-Beards.
I asked you not to.
The face wig.
I
Got some other stuff on deck for you to rock with outside of that. And I'm trying to pull it up right now. Here we go with a Respect My Goofy moment. And we go into poo-poo wine.
Thank you, Miss T. Tell them to stop again.
We got poo-poo wine. That's right. You heard it right. Poo-poo wine. And let me read it. It says Sweden is the home of offbeat track museums. Disgusting, but the Disgusting Food Museum in Malmo broke new ground last month when it launched an exhibit of some of the world's weirdest alcohol. Popular science website Live Science reported. It said in the exhibit, a drink had to be considered drinkable somewhere in the world. It said that the drinks on display included a Korean medicinal rice wine
Mm-hmm.
brewed with human feces
Familiar.
in an Icelandic bar, sauteed with smoked whale testicles. The sample of the world's strongest beer served inside a taxidermied squirrel.
Mm.
It includes English gin flavored with nettles and ants and China and an ancient Peruvian corn beer to make the brewing process complete. It's just messing with my head, one observer said. Poo poo wine. What y'all think? Real Ace T-shirt. Poo poo wine.
Well, I think they should just eat celery. They should just eat the celery. Now, the fecal wine, my nephew told me about that years ago. And I
Okay.
watched a video on it years ago where they ferment feces, and this is like a delicacy. I'm sorry. Some stuff is just not meant to be.
Uh-huh.
And that those two things, whale testicle beer, it sounds like they think it's some aphrodisiac. Just get your life right. Ask send us to send you some help. Ask for an AAT pack, but don't try the testicle beer and don't drink the poo-poo wine. I don't see how that could ever be flavorful, ill, disgusting. I don't see I don't see how it's even going down, like literally. But that, yeah, I'm good on all that. No, thank you.
Man,
No, thank you.
Sin, your thoughts on
Right.
the Scout wine.
if there ever was a confirmation for us to have our own separate from these nasty ass cracker motherfuckers, oh my God, what the,
Oh,
you
God.
see? And that's why we need to have our own. And that's why we don't need to be, you feel, dealing with them. Because if you think about it, right? When it comes to flavoring food and stuff like that, they have the French, right? That those snail eating people or whatever, you feel? And then you have us with all of the seasonings from all over the world. You know what I mean? And the food be tasting good and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things where, as a people, we have the culture of making things kind of like, unique and, taste good, be healthy and stuff like that. Those people have no imagination. They don't have no soul. You feel? So they think that the creativity comes from fermenting something in a dead squirrel or in feces. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So let them keep theirs. You feel? So when we take and we have ours, look what they're left with. You feel? All right, let them have their poo poo wine. You feel? And we could take the thotty barbecue sauce. I don't even need that stuff, but I'll take thotty barbecue sauce over poo poo wine any day.
Anytime.
Any day.
I'm shuffling.
Let them have. That's what I'm saying. So you know what I mean? I don't understand why people are sitting up there and they thrive and to stay in a situation where you have people that do that. You feel? Putting food and beer in whale testicles. Come on.
And dead animals?
You listen. All I'm saying is,
aren't you gonna get sick?
listen. They don't care about all of that. They don't care about all that. Listen. My point stands where if we have our own, you feel, then look what we have. And then when we take away and are no longer working for them, look what they have. All right. So once again, I'll take the thotty barbecue over the poo poo whale nuts and dead squirrel wine. So
we not done.
We are
not
done.
with
no,
the
no, no.
muffins.
I need to go get some ginger ale.
We not done. We're not done. Because Respect My Goofy is going back to the Bronx, New York.
Okay.
And we're going to pop this one up right here. Bronx visitors go bananas watching gorillas engage in some sloppy topping.
Mm,
Your thoughts? My
mm.
wife had to stay out of the exhibit with my sleeping son, so I wanted to capture a lot of the video. Said the videographer, and then the magic happened.
Ooh, he called it magic. That's the first thing. This is some old undercover bestiality. Like, what was magical about watching animals mate, and why are you having to capture a lot of video once you see them starting? I don't know, but that smells a little fishy or weirdy or something to me. I don't like it.
You should see the footage. He
I
they
don't know. I should
zooms
not see the
in
footage.
and keeps it
I
in
should know.
focus.
Hey,
It's
Miss
horrible.
Bridget, should I run the video?
No, you should not run the video. You should say you did. No, no,
I
thank
think,
you.
even I think it's a little much. Yeah.
I'm
No.
not running that video. I just put the headline up.
Yes, please don't. No.
Yeah, man. So it's interesting that the mating habits and the mating cultures of primates that are going. They say they're the closest thing to human beings.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do is say you have to think about something, right? That is a learned behavior.
Right.
That's all I have to say. That's all
Wow.
I have to say. All right. Think about that.
Wow.
Think about that.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to think about that. That's even worse than the gorillas together. That's worse.
Hey,
No,
man.
thank you.
Hey, man.
Mm-mm.
It's a work in progress to make that happen on a regular. Now we got young ladies thinking about
Mm.
gorillas
Mm-mm.
in the Bronx Zoo.
Mm-mm. No. No.
Downhill
Mm-mm.
from there. Downhill from there. All right, man. But brought to you on a Wild Out Wednesday. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my gosh.
Now we going into the land of COVID-19. Give me a second to pull this up.
Oh man.
Bang.
Hokey poke.
The hokey poke victim reportedly dissected. So his autopsy was made a ticketed event without his family's consent. Wow. I thought that was out of freaking control.
It is.
A COVID-19 victim reportedly had an autopsy done, dissected, and it was made a ticketed event. That takes voyeurism to a whole new place, whole nother level. Miss B, your thoughts?
I wasn't laughing at the headline. I was laughing at Miss T's comment. So please forgive me. I don't think anything is funny. I don't think anything.
What Lady T talking about?
She said, "Y'all killing me." LMFAOO. The zoo is off limits. Yikes.
Punch that up there real quick. Yay, there you go, Lady T. Thanks for holding us down on the Real HD show. You always do. Keep coming through. COVID victim reportedly dissected at a ticketed event without family's consent. Send your thoughts, man. Talk to us. Voyeurism or nah?
Man, listen, yo. That's next level insanity. One, it was a COVID victim, so the person died of COVID, right? So one, I mean, you can't even walk into places without the whole vaccine, and they're selling tickets to see an autopsy for somebody that had COVID. And then to top it off, I love how they ended with, it was a ticketed event, but without the family's consent.
Right.
So now you have a family member, somebody's family member, right, up on somebody else's table that they done sold tickets to while they cut him up and do an autopsy. Fam, I mean, that's why I said, it's not quite voyeurism. This is on some old different level where, I feel sorry for the family One, because of the sheer disrespect shown, by these people. The tickets that were sold, did the family get any of that money? No.
Right.
You
Nope.
feel? So they didn't even know it was going down. So it's just, one, that's a mark of the times that we are living in. You feel? Two, do they actually tell you the racial status of the victim?
They do not.
He was white. He was white.
He was
what?
white?
Okay.
Yeah, he was Caucasian.
Okay. They I guess they couldn't find one of us.
Well, that's all that.
Thank y'all for listening to the AAT reports, because it's gonna keep y'all off of their tables.
Yeah, man. Everybody get the Angel Tech app so you can protect your loved ones.
Yes.
And so they don't want it being a ticketed event of a autopsy report. You know what I mean? So yeah, Lady T said beyond wicked. Yeah, man. Yeah. I agree. Well,
it's sick.
Last but not least, and Lady T ain't gonna like this. But I gotta show it anyway, because that's we prep for the show. Is where are we going? We are going to Utah Health Department ranks vaccinations rates by zodiac sign. Out of control. And what the hell, Scorpios? Why they're saying that is because Scorpios are amongst the lowest vaccinated in the state of Utah.
Where do Geminis fall?
All right, hold on. I knew you was going.
They want the stats.
I don't really do zodiac. I don't do zodiac signs, but where does May fall? May, June.
Let me just bring that up, and I
bring that up. Let's see.
Let me
you might as well drop them all, because they want to hear it.
Let me share my screen. I'm not gonna try to spend too much time on it because we got a couple of other things to get to. We got 10 minutes. It's 9:50 after the hour. You rocking with the best. It's the real HD show. I told you this thing flies by when you having fun. Come on now, let me play the joint. Where y'all at? Let's see. Can I get to it? I don't know if they'll let me get to it.
Gemini,
are you guys seeing my screen right now?
It's fine.
Nah. It's just the health department.
It's the original slide. It's the original picture.
Okay, so let me get back into it. Let me go to the window. Let me select it, share it. Okay, let me move to this one, and hopefully it will let me. See, that's all the stuff I pack in there for you guys so that I can bring out a really good show. And we have got it on deck. Yay! Let me get to it. Hope it loads up faster than not, so I can get to it. There we go. Can you guys see this?
No, not yet.
So the original screen.
Okay. Well, I'll read it off to you. So I'll take this. Wait. Let me see if I could. Let me see if I could take this off. Let me go to the tab. And then, bear with me. There we go. Can you guys see that now?
No, sir.
Still the original Utah screen. Yep.
Okay, so I'll read it off to you. So we can keep it moving. According to the article, Leos are 70% vaccinated. Aquarius 76%, Aries 59%, Sag 59%, Cancer 58%, Taurus 56%, Gems is 55%, Libra is 54%, Pisces is 51%, Caps.
I know
Capricorn is 51%, Virgos are 50%, and Scorpios are 46%. So they are the lowest vaccinated
Scorpios
in the spectrum. Now, what that has a hill of beans to do with
nothing.
You Georgia and New York and Rochester, I will never know, but
nothing.
I thought it was a wacky article to look at, and it's interesting how these people choose what they choose and do what they do and rock how they rock. This was an article I just thought was pretty cool to bring up. So I want to move on, and I thought that was wacky. It's a Wild Out Wednesday, so I brought up a wild article for you guys. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next jump off, and it's a segment that we haven't done in a while. And I was watching a show called The Equalizer, starring Queen Latifah, and she was her and her sister are taking care of Latifah's daughter. Latifah plays this like vigilante assassin, and she's helping the little guy on the street. It's pretty good. You watch it; it's cool. But there was an incident with Queen Latifah's sister and the daughter in a store where there was like a Karen that kind of bum rushed them, and she wanted that particular piece of clothing item, and they had a little tug of war over it, and then she weaponized the police on the sister, and then the sister got arrested, and they had to have it all out. And then the daughter came back and kind of put the woman on blast by making her viral. She made her tell the truth, but she didn't tell her that she was live on like 5 different websites at the same time. She blew her up, and they got their little justice. So I said, yo, I do an episode of Karen Apocalypse, and we gonna do it right now. Real HD show, example of Karen Apocalypse. Check it out. Calling a black sister the N-word goes wrong. Right here on the Real Show. Get yourself dragged. Come on, get yourself dragged. Get yourself dragged. Them's fighting words. All right, moving on. Moving on to the next one.
T said dog walk.
Iris, you are Karen. She's been in my face. You saw that.
Wow, that was the Laylo KO. And she laid her nice and low. I will show it to you in real time one more time. One more again. The Laylo KO on the Real HD Show.
Iris, you are Karen. She's been in my face. You saw that.
Yo, you saw how automatic that was? There was no fight. There was no struggle. That's a one-hitter quitter. That's a one-hitter quitter on the Real HD Show. That's why I call it the lay low KO. She laid it nice and low real quick.
Karen overboard.
Yeah. Fatality.
Oh.
And you saw the woman got
what the hell just happened here?
The woman had her hand out like, come on, don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
Karen gets in this woman's face and gets shot.
She mad. She real mad. Like she real. Yeah, come on, ho. Come on, ho. I didn't call you that. I said this. Fuck wrong with you?
The right one with the wrong word. You caught the right one
with the wrong word.
Real HD Show, Karen Apocalypse. You know, I play these things, man, because sometimes, you know, we feel powerless. We come sometimes around cops and white folks. We feel like, you know, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. I love to show these acts of courageousness when people just go for theirs and gotta protect.
That's what happens when you do.
And the right one, with the wrong word. She caught it. Real HD Show.
He caught the Kirk Franklin stomp.
Hey! 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 What's wrong with you? Oh! That's good enough for you. That's exactly what you get.
Oh! Oh!
So I see a lot of comments about how people would have thrown hands if they encountered a Karen. And well, we saw it happen right here, folks. And this lady should press.
Man. Y'all thoughts, man. I mean, man, lay down flat, man. I called that one. I called that one the SmackDown. And last but not least, it's 9:59 after the hour. We're gonna try to get this and wrap this Wild and Out Wednesday up. This is called the Half and Half KO. So as you see in the clip already, this Karen is in full form. She is, going for hers. She is doing some real janky stuff on the street already, feeling real entitled. And this happened.
Oh, Karen Apocalypse. I cannot.
Karen Apocalypse. That's what we do right here on the Real HD Show. We just have a little fun on a Wild Out Wednesday, man.
Oh, boy.
There is no, we're not helpless. We're not powerless. We don't have a sense of powerlessness here. There are folks out there going for theirs and getting it in the way they're supposed to. And I just like to salute them people and show that stuff. I'm not encouraging violence, but if you got to, you know what I mean? You sling them things, you make it happen. Put some paint where it ain't, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Real H. Yo, it's 10 o'clock. How does things fly, man? How does things flies? Real dope show. I appreciate everybody that tuned in on all social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter Live, D-Line, Mob Crush, everywhere we broadcast to. Please spread the word. Tell everybody to watch the Real HD Show. Ms. B, last word.
It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Y'all were really wilding out. I saw some things that I wish I could unsee. And you don't have to give my city any more notoriety with that type of stuff, please, and thank you. But look forward to the next show.
You got it. Sid, last word.
Most def. Well, actually, there is a common theme that you did see today amongst our stories. One of those themes was the attack on our educational system by these white supremacists. And the other theme was that, we'll talk about that on the 360 show. No doubt. It's already the 10 o'clock. Time that flew by, so I'm going to have to bid my adieu. It is getting late.
Yeah, man. Life is long. Life is short, but it's the longest thing you'll ever do. Come rock with us on Monday as we do another Power to the People news edition on the Real HD Show. For Sincere the G, for Miss B, for the Vic 7. We are the Real HD Show. Tune in, and get that good stuff that you need. We're gonna wish you, as always, peace and walk with power. We'll see you on Monday. Bring everybody with you. Bring folks. We need a whole conversation. And on Monday, stay tuned for that opinion pull-up. We got that opinion pull-up on Monday. We're going to have a nice we're going to get some folks involved. This information is too good to share. We are the Real HD Show. Peace, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Adios.
Love y'all. Spread